Hi everyone. Today is Salesforce Lightning Day 5. What are we going to learn in this session? What is the outcome of this session is we are going to preview the previous session of Lightning and we'll see implements in Aura component, which is nothing but component configuration. The one which we have seen component configuration. There we have implements in Aura component. And we'll see specific one appHostable, and we'll see the demo how to do that, and also what is forceCommunity and what are the things that we need to give, how to create it, we will see along with the demo and the quiz, homework, and the today interview session. Okay, so yesterday, what we have learned yesterday? What we have learned yesterday?
Lightning bundle,
Lightning Aura.
Client server architecture
client server, and server side architecture.
and lightning component and lightning application differences both. Sample application, one of them.
Yes. Lightning bundle, client side versus server side.
And component versus application differences.
Lightning application bundles.
Naming role.
Naming convention. Yeah.
And we have learned how to use this component.
Post.sl.
If we have to use this component in Lightning application, what we have to do? If we have to use the component in the Lightning application.
Extends.
We have to call the component C:\component name.
If you want to call the component, we have to use the C:\component name. Extend is nothing but just applying the
Style sheets like styling.
Force.com.
Yes. So this is the component. If you want to call the component, we have to use the C:\component name. And this extends is the one of the attributes. This is extends is the attribute in the application. Extends equal to force:\SLDS. That means I'm forcing the styling to apply on this application because we are executing this component on Lightning, right? We are not including this component in Salesforce. Now, this is what we have learned. Whenever we create a new Lightning component, we see this section, component configuration section, right? We see this component configuration section. Now, we'll see what are these. We'll see what are those component configuration. And when we check this, each one of them, what is going to happen? Now, in detail, we will see this information today. Right, let's go back to the slides. Implements in Aura component. First of all, what is implements? Where can we see the implements attribute?
But when there is an interface.
In which component we can see the implements? Implements is a attribute. It is a attribute. Where can we see this attribute? On the Aura component. In Aura component, we have an attribute called implements. Here, one of the attribute called implements. And in double quotes, we'll give the interfaces here. Now, we know where to use the implements. Implements are used in the Aura component, Lightning Aura component tag. So what is the implements here? Implements are nothing but a comma separated list of interfaces. In implements, we will give the list of interfaces. That component, what are the component you want? We will include the interfaces. Now, what is the interface here? Okay, implements is nothing but you are saying, okay, so list of interfaces. But what is the interface here? Interface is nothing but developers decide how they wanted to see the component. Developer, it's all depending on how the developer want to see the output of the Aura component. If you have implemented a component, right? Now this is the component I have implemented. Now where should I need to see this component? On the application or on the tab or on the record or on the community? Where I wanted to see the component, where I wanted to place the component is what it called interface. If I give implements equal to, if I mention implements equal to in Aura component, right? Aura component, all small letters, and inside that we will write implements equal to. Then here what we will mention the interfaces name, interface names. Interface names. Why we need these implements? To decide, to know where I wanted to see this particular component, to know where I wanted to see the component in Salesforce Lightning experience. I'm talking about in Salesforce Lightning experience, right? Without Salesforce Lightning experience, we know that we have to implement the Lightning app. We have to implement the Lightning app, right? In the Lightning app component, we have to call the C and component name. This is, I'm just executing the component. In Lightning application, if I write this C colon component name, if I write C colon component name, what will happen? I'm executing this application on the Salesforce, but it doesn't mean that I'm including in Salesforce Lightning experience. Now, if I click on a preview on this button, if I click on a preview on this button, I'll go here, I'll click on a preview. What happens? It is on a Salesforce Lightning and the Salesforce, this is the Salesforce org and combining the application. But if I wanted to see the component in the Salesforce Lightning experience, this is the Salesforce Lightning experience. Everything, whatever we see here, this is the Salesforce Lightning experience. If I wanted to place a component in Salesforce Lightning application or in the record, I wanted to place a component in record, or I wanted to create a tab, or I wanted to create a tab, this tab, or I wanted to create a quick action. Everything is developer will be deciding it for what I'm implementing the component and where should I place the component. If we are clear where should I need to place the component, that means we have to use the implements attribute. We have to use implements attribute inside the Aura colon component. Now, what are the different interfaces we have? That component configuration, right? What are the different interfaces we have? First one, Lightning tab. Lightning tab means if I check this Lightning tab on the component configuration, automatically in the component, what do I see? Aura colon component and then implements equal to what I'll see? Force colon appHostable. And end of the Aura component. End of the Aura component. This is how I'll see. As soon as I check this, what is that means? Okay. Now you are creating a new component. While creating the new component, developer has checked this component checkbox in the component configuration. Developer has checked it and clicked on a submit button. As soon as they clicked on a submit button, we know that by default Aura component, open up the Aura component and close up the Aura component will be created. But along with the Aura component, this will be included additionally. That means this component is applying this interface, force::appHostable. The interface is applied to this component. Now, what are those? We will see later. First, now let's understand. Lightning tab equal means force::appHostable. Second one, lightning page. We have a lightning page. Lightning page is when you check lightning page on the component configuration. That means there is an interface which is added, flexible page available for all pages. Flexi page available for all page types. Flexi page available for all page types. And the third one we have lightning record page. Lightning record page. When you check or when the developer check this one, the third one, lightning record page means flexi page available for record home, and also it will include the hasRecordId. If the developer check this, there is a two interfaces are included. One is flexi page, another one is force::. Flexi page of available for record home and hasRecordId. These two will be automatically included into the component. You need not to write anything. You just need to check that. And the fourth one is experience builder site page. Experience builder site page, when you check or when the developer check this checkbox, automatically your component will be added, implements equal to forceCommunity : available for all page types. This will be added. Now, fifth one is lightning quick action. When you check or when the developers check this, what will happen? Automatically, your component will be implemented with the interface force::lightning quick action. Total, we have a 5 checkboxes. Whenever we are creating the lightning component, how to create a lightning component? New lightning component. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a 3, right? We have a lightning tab, lightning page, lightning record page, experience builder site, lightning quick action. Now, when we check that, what will happen? Automatically, the interface will be included to our component. Automatically, the interface is included to our component. So what implement does his implement is basically if we want to include interfaces, if I wanted to include a list of interfaces, what it will do, it will allow the component where should we use this component, how should we use this component on Salesforce Lightning experience. Now, let's see. So we have a force. What is the force? I'm going to divide this, whatever we have seen this 5, which I'm going to divide right now. Decoding that. So force,
Swapna,
yes.
do you usually have scenario where you check all of them or more than one?
Yeah, I'll be showing that right now in the demo.
Thank you.
Yeah, force, we have seen that, right? Implement whenever we have a force. Force::, how many components we have? Force::appHostable, force::lightning quick action, force:: hasRecordId. Force has a 3 different component. Force colon appHostable, force colon lightningQuickAction, force colon hasRecordId. Next one, we have a flexipage. Flexipage has component called availableForAllPageType. And the second one is availableForRecordHome. FlexiPage has a two components, available for a all page type, available for a record home. And the next one is forceCommunity. ForceCommunity has one component available for all page types. Now here, what is force, flexipage, forceCommunity? These are namespaces. Force is a namespace. FlexiPage is a namespace. ForceCommunity is a namespace. In this namespace, in force namespace, we have a component called appHostable lightning component. In force namespace, we have a lightningQuickAction component. In force namespace, we have a hasRecordId lightning component. And FlexiPage is a namespace. In FlexiPage, we have a component called available for a all page type. FlexiPage namespace has another lightning component called available for record home. All page type, record home. And next, forceCommunity is a namespace. ForceCommunity has a component called available for all page type. Look at here, available for all page type is available in FlexiPage in forceCommunity. Available for a page type for all page type is FlexiPage has that component. Also forceCommunity has the same component available for all page type. Now, appHostable is for tab. Custom tab, to implement a custom tab. Now, when do I need to use this component appHostable? If I want to implement a custom tab. If I wanted to implement a custom tab. What are the tabs here? Tab is nothing but whatever we see here. These are the tab. Opportunity tab, lead tab, task tab. If you want to implement another tab here for lightning, which is a custom tab. In case if you want to implement any component and you need that component to be used as a tab, then use the interface force:appHostable. Now, if you want to implement a quick action, in Lightning, for example, you are implementing a component. That component is on, click on the button, you have to execute some logic. So if you want to implement a button or if you want to implement a quick action, where can we see the quick action? If you go to the record, you will see these are the quick actions. Whatever you see here, these are the quick action. It's a combination of button and a quick action. Few of them are buttons, few of them are quick actions. Buttons we can see in Classic and Lightning. Quick action only visible in Lightning. Quick actions are only visible in Lightning. Whereas buttons, if we create a buttons, the buttons will be, we can see in the Lightning as well as in the Classic. I'll show you during the demo. So if you want to implement a quick action, then what interface we have to use? force::lightningQuickAction. Now, the third one is force::hasRecordId. If you want, for example, you are implementing a component. When you are implementing a component, you wanted to capture this ID. Every record has a unique ID. So if you go here, click on the lead. right? If you click on the new, so it will be, it starts with a 00Q, right? And if you go to the account, if you click on an account record, it starts with some other number 001. So every record has a unique 18-digit ID. This is called what? 18-digit ID. Every record will have a 18-digit ID. Now, what is this 18-digit ID? Whoever is new for them. So what we are doing here is in Salesforce, right? In Salesforce, we are creating the, I'm clicking on the new button and creating the record, right? This everybody know, right? So we are clicking on the new button and I'm creating the new records. So whenever I create a new record, for example, I have 3 records here. There is a record called Salesforce 1 and another record called Salesforce 2 and another record called Salesforce 3. Now, user is clicking on this button. User is clicking on this record, right? This is a record. User is clicking on this record. When user click on this record, what will happen? Basically, it shows a record here, but it has so much data inside it. When you open it, it has so much data, right? So as soon as the user click on the record, what happens exactly? How the system will know that user has clicked on that specific record? If user has clicked on this, why it is not showing this one? Why it is not showing this one? It is showing only the one which is clicked by the user. How it is happening? So whenever the user click on this particular record, whenever user click on this particular record, it goes to the database. It goes to the database. In database, we have a different objects, right? Within the different objects, there is a data is stored in the rows and columns. Data is stored in the rows and columns. Now, how the database will know that which one user has clicked on? What Salesforce does here is, Salesforce, whenever you click on this hyperlink on the record, it sends the information to the database, and there is some unique identifier. There is some unique identifier for each record. Whenever you are storing a records, right, you will have some in Excel sheet, you will have a serial numbers. Why you need a serial numbers in the Excel sheet? To identify how many records are there. 1, 2, 3, 4 serial numbers will be there, right? Same in the Salesforce. Salesforce, for every row, every record, there is a one unique identifier gets generated whenever we click on a save. Whenever we click on a save, for example, I'm clicking on the new button. When I click on the new button, there is a one window gets open and I entered all the mandatory information. Then I clicked on a save button. When I clicked on a save button, what happens? It stores the each data. Along with that, it will create a one unique identifier for this record. So next time onwards, whenever the developer click on this particular record, it will go and fetch based on the unique identifier. This unique identifier will be 15-digit or 18-digit. Okay, this is generated by Salesforce. You need not to worry about it. So standard is 18-digit. This is generated by Salesforce, right? So every record, whenever you open the record, you will see what you will see. You will see the Salesforce URL. You will see Salesforce URL / object name, which object name, and then / and then here you have a unique identifier. This is the URL gets generated. When you click on this, based on this UID, it will pull all the columns, all the data related to this particular unique identifier. It pulls the data and it sends the information back to the user interface. It sends the information back to the Salesforce. Now Salesforce opens the record and you will be able to see the detailed information of that particular record. So this is what happens at the backend. Now here you see this is the Salesforce URL, right? We are in the Lightning. That's the reason it is coming as a Lightning R. And we have a object name and then 18-digit ID, unique identifier. Now what are we doing it? We are viewing the data. So which is nothing but view. So Salesforce URL and the object name and the unique identifier view. Now if you go to the opportunity and if you click on the opportunity, any record, click on it, it changes opportunity and the unique identifier. What we are doing it, viewing the data. So this is how the URL will be constructed by the Salesforce. So if you want to capture that record ID, we call this as a record ID because for this record, this is the ID. In Lightning component, whenever you are implementing a component, if you wanted to capture this ID, then what we will do is we will use the _hasRecordId. When we use _hasRecordId, that means my component, what are the component that I'm implementing it? If I need, there is a use of the record ID. I needed that particular record ID. What are the record I'm opening it? I wanted to capture the 18-digit record ID. In case if you want that, if you are looking for that scenario, then what we have to do is we have to use _hasRecordId. Now, next. FlexiPage. First of all, here FlexiPage has two components available for all page type, available for record home. Now the first one available for all page types. That means whatever the page you take record page or you take any other page, home page, charter page, any page if you take it. By default, I want this component should be available for all the pages. Irrespective of any page in the Salesforce Lightning, I want this component should be available for all the pages. I'm not talking about the quick action. I'm not talking about the tab. Here, I'm talking about the pages. When we say pages, what is the pages here in Salesforce? So this is one page. Now, if you wanted to know more in detail, click on this record, click on the click on the edit page. Click on the setup, click on edit page. When you click on the edit page, you are redirected to the Lightning App Builder. But within the Lightning App Builder, you have different pages. You have different pages. You can create a pages here. So these pages are called flexi pages. These pages are called flexi pages. So outer is Lightning App Builder. Within that you have a page. So outer is Lightning App Builder. Lightning App Builder. Within this, this is just an outer structure. App Builder is just an outer structure. Within this, within this, we have to put a page. Based on that page, the data will be displayed here. First name or last name, which are the format you want. Whichever the format you want, it will be displayed. So this page, whatever the page that we have inserted here, this page is called flexi page. Flexi page. Now, if you want to include your component in all the pages, what we have to use? Flexi page : available for all page types, irrespective of any page. By default, I want this component to be shown for in all the pages. Now the next one is record page. That means I am specifically focusing on the record page. If I want to include this component only in the record page, then use the flexipage : available for record home. The next one is forceCommunity. ForceCommunity is we are talking about the community. We are not talking about the Salesforce Lightning experience here. It's a separate. Community is a separate. But you are building the component in Salesforce. But where that component used in somewhere else, not in the Salesforce Lightning experience. This component, if I want to include in the communities, we have a different communities we will see in the admin classes. So different communities are there. For those communities, if I want to include my Lightning component there, then we have to use available for all page types. Now, if you see here, the force namespace, whatever we see, force : is used only for tab implementation, action implementation, quick action, if you want to capture the ID. So then we have to use force : and use the component. If we are talking about the pages, if you are interested about the pages, I wanted to drag a component on the page. I wanted to drag a component on only on the record home page. Then we have to use flexipage. Flexipage and use whatever the component you want. Now you're not talking about the Salesforce Lightning experience. You are talking about the community. That means we have to use forceCommunity. ForceCommunity. Now today we will see how to use force : appHostable. We will see how to use force : lightning quick action. Now we are interested on these two. Today our focus is force : appHostable, force : quick action. Any questions before I move on?
Hi, ma'am. Srin was here.
Yeah.
Ma'am, may I know what is the difference between 18 ID and 15-digit ID?
18-digit ID, 15-digit ID, you mean to say, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me go to the Salesforce. There won't be much difference. Now here, do you see in Lightning? Let me copy this. Let's go to the notepad. This is 18-digit, right? This is 18-digit will be there.
Yes.
If you wanted to see only the 15-digit, the last 3 digits will not be there. Now, where can you see that 15-digit? I'll copy the same thing. We are in Infosys Rohit. Let's switch to the classic. Opportunity, Infosys Rohit. Now see here, in classic, what happened? In classic, it removed the last 3.
Okay.
Okay, you can use the 15-digit, you can use the 18-digit, but better is use the 18-digit. Better is use the 18-digit. Because sometimes it may be these numbers also might change. So every individual ID will have a different. If I take another opportunity, if I go to the opportunity, now I'll open the Dell Sri Lakshmi and I'll take this. This is again different one, right? It has an N. So actually this 15th one keep on changing. So you can use the 18-digit, 15-digit, doesn't matter, but use the 18-digit, that will be more clarity, you will be having it. If you open the same in Lightning, see, automatically it get converted into the 18-digit. This is 18.
Ma'am, can we get 18-digit ID from 10-digit ID? No? I
Sorry.
faced, can we get 18-digit ID from the 15-digit ID?
18-digit ID from this 15-digit ID?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you
Is
can
there
get
any-
it.
Yeah, I faced this question in one of my interviews.
Yes, there is a method we have to, there is a Apex class we need to write. So by using the Apex class, or there is some kind of a method will be there, you can convert that into the 18-digit. There are also some apps are there which will give the which you can convert directly based
Yeah,
on.
ma'am. There is one function case safe ID there.
Yes. You can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not divert the other topic, but yeah, that is a doable. You can get the 18-digit.
Swapna, I
Yeah.
have a question. Suppose if I develop a component using this, appHostable and those configuration, the
Mhm,
7.1,
mhm.
then can I place those components in the application, or these are standalone components?
Which one you are talking about?
Like when we say file new component, right? We get an option, correct?
Mhm.
Tab component or record component, whatever, those 7 of, yeah, this one, these options. So if I develop one of this component, can I include this component in the application, or these are standalone components?
You can, when you say application here, you are talking about or Salesforce Lightning?
Yeah, in Salesforce application, this one, this first Aura component app.
Yes, you can place it.
I can place. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now let's see. First one is appHostable. What is the appHostable? If I wanted to create a new Lightning tab, just to clarify, if you are checking this and you can use it, but the purpose of Lightning tab here is if you want to create a new tab. But
Yeah.
are you creating the new tab here? If you are creating the new tab, if you are writing the logic for creating the new tab here, go ahead and use it. Anyway, I'll
Okay.
show that example also.
Yeah.
appHostable. It is for to create a new Lightning. It's a tab, it's not a lab. Lightning tab. What are the navigation steps here? Navigation steps are setup and go to the user interface. And then there is an option called tabs. Click on the tab. What you will see, you have to it's not showing here. So let me go to what are the steps here? Setup, user interface, tabs. Now I'm going back to the Salesforce. Click on setup. Right? Do you see user interface anywhere? User interface, and we'll have an option called tabs. Click on this tabs. If you are not able to find it, go ahead and click on here, search for tab here. Directly search tab. You will see the tabs. Right? In the tabs, we have a four blocks are there. One is custom object tab. Okay. Second one is web tab. And the third one is visual force tab. And the fourth one is lightning component tab. There is another one which is called, fifth one is lightning page tab, right? Now, for now, if you are working on the lightning component, you need not to worry about the custom object tabs because you are not interested in the custom object tab and you are not interested in the web tab. you have not implemented any component which is related to Visualforce. So you are not looking for the Visualforce. The one which you are looking is Lightning component tab, because we have implemented the Lightning Aura component. We have implemented the Lightning Aura component. Now I wanted to include that Lightning Aura component as a tab. I wanted to include it tab. So our focus is always on the Lightning component tabs. Lightning component tabs. So tab, go to Lightning component tabs, click on a new button. There is a new button, click on that. As soon as you click on it, you will see this screen. When you click on a new button on the Lightning component, you will see this button. Now here we have two screens. When you click on a new button, we have two screens. There is a two screen. This is the step one. This is the step one. What is expecting in the step one? First page, we are expecting the Salesforce is expecting the Lightning component details. Lightning component details. And the second one, it is expecting the add profile is nothing but second screen is who all can see this tab. If I'm implementing a tab, who all can see the tab? Who all can view the tab? Now we have a different users in my Salesforce. We have a different groups are there. I have a admin group. I have a less permission group. I have a very less permission group are there. So who all should see if I create a tab? If I create a tab, whether all the admin group should be able to see, or should we show this tab for less access, whoever is having the less permission, do they need to see this tab? Will they be using this tab? You will be identifying it and developer will be deciding there who all can see. I'll show that screen. So tabs has a two screen. Now let's understand the first one. The first one is new Lightning component tab. So to create a new Lightning component tab, the first one is Lightning component. The first one is Lightning component. You will be selecting the Lightning component, the component which you have implemented, you will be selecting that particular Lightning component. And second one is tab label. Tab label is nothing but name of the tab. What is the name that you wanted to give? Example, like we have a tab called account, tab called lead, tab called contact, tab called opportunity. If I wanted to give some custom tab name here, course or a testing, I can give that. Tab name is basically, it will be auto-populated based on the label. Based on the label, it will be auto-populated. Tab name will be auto-populated. You need not to enter this. So label is the one which you wanted to see on the tab. On the tab, whatever the name that you wanted to see, mention that name here. And tab name is nothing but a API. Tab name is nothing but a API name which will be auto-populated based on the whatever the name you have mentioned in the tab label. And the next one is tab style. Now the tab style is every tab we have icons and the colors is applied, right? If I go back to the Salesforce, now this has some icon and it is a yellow color kind of a thing. Now if I go to the lead, right? If I go to the lead, it has a different icon. If I go to this task, it has a different. If I go to the account, it has a different icons. So like that, for our custom tab also, if you want to place that is a mandatory, we have to choose the style. So here the mandatory fields are, 4 fields are there, mandatory fields. First one is lightning component. We must select the lightning component. And the second one is tab label. Third one is auto populated. And then fourth one is tab style. By clicking on this icon, you will be able to choose different styles of the icon. There are so many are there. And the next one is description. About the component, what are the component or what is the tab? If you wanted to mention here, the description, you can mention. You can mention the description. Right, now let's go ahead and see. How to go into the tab? Setup.
User interface. Tab.
Tabs.
Or
And
quick action.
lightning components.
Where is the user interface? User interface and then
Tabs.
tabs. Click on it, tabs.
Lightning component.
Lightning component tab. Now click on it.
Click on the button.
Now,
Ma'am, lightning page tab is different one.
lightning,
Lightning page tab, like what is that lightning page tab?
that is a different one. Now let's not focus on that.
Okay.
Okay, so let's refresh. So we are in lightning component, new lightning component tab. Are we seeing any component here? No. Yesterday we have created a component called first aura component, but we cannot see that component here. What is the reason? What is the reason? Why can't we see the component? This first aura component, why can't we see?
We don't have the appHostable.
Because we don't have any interface. We do not have any interface. Now let's create a new one. New lightning component. So I'm creating the new lightning component. This is for lightning tab. New lightning tab. Now I'll check this. Okay. Now I'll click on submit. By default, it added the implements. Implements equal to force::appHostable. Force::appHostable. As we have seen, it will create a 2 tabs. You can close this description. We are not going to see anything in that. So here, this is how you create it. For example, you have already created a component. Assume that this component is already created. But while creating the component, you thought that this might not be used for the tab. But after implementing it, now I wanted to include. How can we include? Do we have anywhere the option to edit this? No, you just need to write implements equal to force::appHostable. Now make sure if you write even small mistake of the case sensitive, like if it is a capital or a small or anything, if you are doing it, it won't work. Now I'm saving this. Now, how many are there? First, Aura component, the interface is enabled for appHostable. Also, I created another component with the interface by including the interface called force:appHostable. Now, let me go back here. Let's refresh. Now, how many I can see here?
Two.
Two components I can see. Now, if I remove the interface for this, what are the new one which I have created? I'll remove it. Refresh. Now, how many I can see? Only the one. So, force:appHostable, force:appHostable will make a component. That means an interface is added to the component, an interface added to the component so that this component is now available for the tab. While creating the component, we have added these implements. That means we need this interface to enable this component to available for tab, because I need this component on the tab. Now let's use the latest one. Let's refresh. Now LC, new tab, new Lightning tab. Let's assume that I'm creating the course tab. See, automatically this name has populated. I'm entering Salesforce course. Now what happened here? It will automatically add it. Now you can click on this. There is a information icons are there. If you wanted to know more information about this, you can click on it. Right? Now, if you want to change, you can change it. That should be fine. Right? Automatically, the tab name is auto-populated based on the label. If there is a space, then it will automatically add it. See, the underscore will be added automatically. But I just want the course. Tab style. Click on this icon. If you click on this icon, you will see so many icons, which is provided by the Salesforce. These all are provided by the Salesforce. Now, if you want to create your own, you can click on this. If you click on this, you can insert your own image and you can use that image. Now, let me insert the image. Okay, this has to be taken from the location. Okay, this is another topic. Okay, let's not divert there. So I'm going to use these all. If you want to create it, you can create your own style. Okay, there is a, for this, we will come later. Now, for example, now I have created a course. I need to identify which one is suitable for the course. You can use anything. Basically, at least try to find the icon which is suitable for your course. Now click on next. Next page is who all should be seeing this tab. Next step is who all should be seeing that particular tab. By default, Salesforce says that default on. That means everybody should be able to see. I have these many groups are there. I have a system admin group. I have only read-only group are there. I have different groups are there. Now everybody, by default, Salesforce says that default on. But if you wanted to change, no, I do not want anything. No, change it to default off. If you want to hide this tab, you can hide this tab for everybody. But if you wanted to customize it, I wanted default on, but for each profile, I'll check it and I'll make the changes. I do not want to use this. But if you want for everybody, tab should be hidden. I need this tab, but right now I do not want this tab available for anybody because I'm still doing the development. Or I need the tab should be there, but it's default off. No, I wanted to customize it. Basically, I wanted to customize it. So let's say default on, and then I wanted to customize. Now I'll say that this person I do not want to see, this person no, and rest all should be fine. Marketing user no, I do not want to show them. I wanted to hide the tab. You can select it and click on save. 2 pages while creating the tab. First page will ask about the lightning component details. We'll ask about the lightning component details. And the second page is going to ask who all can be seeing this particular tab. Do you want a default on? That means as soon as any person, any member, any user opens their application, I wanted to show that tab by default. Now, if you want by default off, that means I do not want to show as soon as they open any application, I do not want to show them the default tab. Now, if you want to hide a tab, basically, if they are trying to find any tab also, they should not see the tab. So that means I wanted to hide it completely. Default off means they won't be seeing here. But when they click on this particular more, they might be seeing that. Okay, they might be seeing. Or if they click on this icon, there is an icon here. So you can see here and add more items, and you can add more items here. Okay, so default off means the button, the tab is available, but they cannot see by default when they open the Salesforce. They have to go customize it and bring the tab here. And hide means if they go anywhere also, they cannot see it. If they go to the application, try to find here or clicking on the edit button and searching here by clicking on the app manager and here view all. If you search your courses, you should not be seeing that. So they should not be seeing anything here. So the tab is hidden for them. Now developer will be choosing that, or the business analyst will be saying that who all needs to be seen for that component. Right? We have created the tab. Now business analyst or the customers or the client, when I say customers is nothing but a client. So here client or business analyst or a developer or a technical architect or solution architect will be saying that, will be deciding who all should be seeing this, a particular lightning component tab. Based on that, we will be giving the access to only those groups. Now we have created the lightning component tab. Now, do I see that lightning component here? View all, course. I can see here, right? I can see here. I just added the tab and I can see here, but I'm not able to see here. See home, opportunity, lead, task, file, accounts, contact, campaign, dashboard, report, charter, group. If I click on a more, calendar, people, cases, forecast, but I'm not seeing the courses here. if I want the tab which I have created, I wanted to place it after the task. I wanted to place that particular tab after the task. In that case, what we have to do, we have to go to this application. We have to go to this application. What is this application? Sales application. What is this application? Sales application. Now, how to find the application? Type here.
App management.
App manager. Click on the app manager. There you will see all the apps you will be able to see. Now we are interested in sales, lightning sale. Now here we have a options called, if you click on this, you will see the edit option. Only one option is there, edit option. Click on this edit. Click on this edit. Navigation items. Navigation items. Go to the navigation items. Now search for your particular tab. Yes, this is the one. Now move it here. I wanted to place after a task. Now click on save. Done. Let's refresh. Do you see here course? Course is custom tab, lightning tab, custom lightning tab. Click on it. We don't have anything. We don't have anything. We have not written any even single word in this component. We just enabled the interface, but we have not written anything here. Do you see anything here? If you click on it, nothing. Just a tab is added. Right? So now let's go ahead and implement something. So I'll use the paragraph. Let's say that about lightning experience. Perfect. Then I'll add some details. Let me take it from the Salesforce. I'll add the paragraph. Okay, this is another paragraph. Let's say. Now, let's refresh. What happened here? It is showing the text. But where it is showing it, it's on the background. It's on the background. There is, if you look at any other record, what it has some card here. There is a background. On top of it, there is a card. White background card is there, right? And then we have some information which I can see. But when I go to the course, I can directly see the text. Not even by default, nothing is applied here. But did we do anything on the in the component? No, we have not done anything. We have just implemented, added the interface and added some paragraph. Now, in order to add the card, what I want here, I wanted to put a card. I want to place a card here. Card. Inside this card, I wanted to display this text. Place a card. And on top of the card, display this information. Now, we have a lightning component called lightning :card. Let's add this. I'm just using the one component here called lightning card. What happened? Lightning. It's very case sensitive, so make sure even spellings also, it doesn't work if spelling is mistaken or you have not written the right one. Lightning card. Now I just added the card. Let's refresh. Now it's added the card, right? It's added the card, but I need a little bit. Let's say that on top, I wanted to add some information. Okay, I wanted to add, there is an attribute in this which is called title equal to, I'll say that Salesforce. And also I wanted to add a footer. Footer equal to card footer. Let's refresh. What happened? It changed. It added the header and it added the card footer because I added the footer called card footer. If I say here, Salesforce or Salesforce end, if I see this, if I refresh this, it will show me the Salesforce end. Right? Now what I have done, this is normal HTML. This is normal HTML, right? Because when I place that, when I see the tab here, when I click on a tab, I'm seeing this text directly on the background, right? But I wanted to add some card. I wanted to add some card because with the background, if I add a card, on that card, if I paste, if I show my text, it will be visible for anybody. So what I have done, I have used the lightning card. I have used the lightning card. Now, to just add a header for this, I have used the title. Footer, I have used the Salesforce end. Till this point, everybody is clear.
Yes.
Yes.
How to add dotted lines in HTML? Like I wanted to show. Okay, I wanted to show this dot. Right, I wanted to add this.
Unordered list.
Unordered list.
UL.
So what I'll do is I'll add
UL tag. UL tag.
Inside that I'll add li. Okay, so for example, right now we are talking about the lightning experience here. Okay, let's put this as a bold. Lightning includes these technologies. So let's put it this bold, make it a bold. I'm putting the B. Now inside this, I'll add some text. Let's say that aura lightning aura Lightning web component. Lightning web component. What I want is after this, I wanted to show some bullet points here, which is Lightning Aura and Lightning web component. Let's save this. Let's refresh. What happened here? Does the bullet point came here? And this is also, it came here. Right? It did not add anything. It did not add any styles or any class. Basically what I want the Lightning component. This should be here. And within that, I need nested here, Aura and web component. I need this within this. How to implement that? I added the UL. I added the LI also. But HTML, it did not work out when I added the UL. What is the best way to add? Now, first of all, how can we make it nested? How can we make it nested? Nested means this is a parent within this, these two. We have a SLDS, right? Say Lightning design system. Lightning design system. Now here, if we go to the utilities, in the utilities, what are we looking? Vertical list we are looking. Vertical list we are looking. This is the normal. See here, they are using the UL. When they use the UL in the Lightning, it displays normally. It doesn't come with the dots. It doesn't come with dots. But if you want a dot, what you have to do? You have to use this. You have to use this class.
Class SLDS list.
Okay, this is the SLDS Lightning Design System. Salesforce has provided by default. If you are using the UL, we are not showing the dot. You have to use a class. You have to use a class. What this class will do, it will apply a style to the UL. It will apply the style to the UL. Now I'll go back. Now I'll apply this. Now I'll move this to the next one. Let's add LI. Perfect. So what we have done, we added the interface and then we added some paragraph. After that, we added a card because the paragraph was not showing perfectly in tab. So in order to make it beautify, what we have done is we have added the card. On card, we are printing some information, but that information is not understandable. It's not a right format. So I wanted to add some bullet points to that. I wanted to add some bullet points. So that's the reason I have used the UL. When I use the UL, by default, Lightning does not add the bullet points here. It shows line by line, but it does not add the dots. So in order to add the dots, I'm applying a style. Now, why I'm not taking the style here? Why I'm not taking the style here? Why I'm taking the class? Because when we take a style is if you want to apply. Now, instead of a dot, if you want to use something else, like a font, you wanted to make a change of font. That means when you want to apply a CSS style, then we have to use the style. We have to use the style attribute. Now, if you are using the SLDS, command here, SLDS hyphen, whatever Salesforce is provided. If you are using it, we have to use the attribute called class. We have to use the attribute called class. Whenever we use the class is nothing in Lightning, that means I'm going to use the Lightning design system keywords here. If you are using the style means I'm going to use the CSS style here. CSS style means if I want to use the CSS style, then we have to use the attribute called style. Class is if we want to use the Lightning design system. If I want to apply a styling, which is a Lightning design system styling, I wanted to apply here, then use the class equal to SLDS hyphen list underscore dotted. Now let's go back. Let's see this. Okay, now it is coming here, but I need this information within this, right? I need a information like this. First here, then that means this is a parent. Then under that we have a two childs. I want this format, but here what is happening? It is coming in the line by line. It's not telling me that it is these are the child of this. It's not giving me the more information. It says that all three are in same line. Now, in order to use that, let's go back to the again Lightning design system. Now we are getting this. Now let me see. I need a nested one. Nested, see here. First it is showing the list item and nested one and this. Yes, this is what I want. But what they have used it here class, they have used the class called SLDS is nested. SLDS is nested. Right? Now let me go ahead and use it. Now, what will happen if I use it here? And what will happen? Because I need this one as usual. There is no change for this. I do not want any change for this one. It is perfectly fine, but I need a change for this because these two are nested of this, right? Aura web component is nested of Lightning. Now, Lightning includes these technologies I do not want to change. So I do not want to disturb that. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll enter here, I'll add another UL. I wanted to add another UL. Let's see what happens. It did not change. It added the bullet point here, but it removed it here because we are just using the UL. Let me add the class. Class equal to. Now let's go back and see. We did not added anything, right? Nested we added, but how about this? I have not added the dotted. I have not added the dotted here. I just added the nested. Yes, it is showing me the nested, right? This is the parent, and then it is coming to child, but there is no bullet point because we are not using any class there. Even for styling also, I'm not using any style. Style also I'm not using here. The dotted will be applied only for this. But again, here I have one more UL, right? So it did not apply. Now I wanted to use the style. I do not want to use the class. I know if I use this class, it will be shown here, right? But instead of dotted, I just wanted to show the circle. I wanted to show the circle. Now, do I have a circle here? Do I have circle instead of the dots? Do I have a circle here anywhere? It shows the circle. Circle is not there. That means I have to use the CSS. I have to use the CSS. For CSS, we have there is a list hyphen style. You can get it from the HTML colon circle. Perfect. So this is how you will be doing the designing. This is how you will see where to place. I have some text in the lightning component. Does it need to show here or does it need to show here, or do we need any of like this sub, or is it a straight? Everything we will be deciding it when you are playing with the lightning component. Now, why I have shown this example is because by default, whenever you take a HTML tags, some tags by default, it will not apply the styles. It will not apply the styles like a bullet point. Now you decided, because you have to go to the lightning design system. When I use the UL, what will happen? By default, I'm using the UL. So what will happen? So it will give the clarity. It will show only the base information. It doesn't give any bullet points there. Right? So if you want a bullet points, look at this designing system. In case if you are not able to see any of the, already you are using the HTML, but it did not apply properly. So what might be the mistake in the in here? Is my code is not working, or is it the bullet points are somewhere back and it is hiding, or is it going out of this box? All you can see it in the lightning design system. All you can see it in the lightning design system. Now, what we have done right now, we have created the lightning component. Listen carefully this one. So we have created the lightning component. What does that mean? Lightning component means I have created the that means I clicked on the file, new lightning component, and then I selected the checkbox called lightning tab. When I select the checkbox called lightning tab, what happened? It added the component and the implements. It added the interface, implements.
Means force colon.
Fourth column,
appHostable.
appHostable.
Hostable.
And it will end here. And then at the down, you will be having the closed one. Aura colon component. Right? Then the next step, what we have done here, the next step we have done, we added the text. We added a text. Within this component, I added the paragraph, or I added the text by including the paragraph. Right? Here I added some text. Now, this text was not visible on the UI. I have a UI here. I placed this component already on the UI. The text is not good. We cannot understand the text, whatever it is showing on the UI, on the Salesforce Lightning experience. We cannot understand what is the data that it is showing it, because the blue color background was there and we were not able to understand. On this, it was showing some text, but we were not able to understand how the text is showing here. And if you look at the other tab, if you go to the contact, if I go to the account, whenever I see the contact record or account record, it has some card there. It has some white color background box is there. Now I wanted to apply that background here. I wanted to apply the white background on this text. So on the background of white, I wanted to show this text. I wanted to show this text. On the background, I wanted to show this text. So how I added the background here, what is the tag that I have used? What is the lightning component that I have used?
Lightning card.
Colon card.
Lightning card.
Lightning
Colon card.
Colon card.
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 I
Title.
have used it. When I use the lightning card, then there is some text box which is appearing for me. There is some card with the white background. There is a card with some white background, and on top of it, I could able to see the text. Now this is working fine. Now what I have done after that, I added some more data to the lightning card. What is that? I have used the attributes. I have used the attributes because I wanted to place a header. If I wanted to place a header, then I have used the attribute called title. And then for footer, what is the attribute?
Footer
Footer.
equals to.
Ma'am, is that lightning card will be available in SLDS?
Yes, there is a available, but you will not see what I'll show you the differences. Just hold on. Okay, so here lightning card. Okay, in lightning card, title and footer, I have used it. And at the end of the paragraph, I'm closing the lightning tag, the lightning card. I'm closing it. Now what I have done later, I added some more information to this. After this paragraph, I added some more information. I added some more information which is showing in the bullet points. Assume that I have added here. So this is one lightning I have added, and within that I have added nested dots. Like this I have added. But when I applied this, it was showing me the header and the text, and it was showing me all the dots. But it was not applying the nested. It was just showing me initially it was not showing me the dots also. I applied here UL. I used UL. Let me write it here. So I have used the UL. And inside that I have added some li, right? I have added this. This is normal HTML tags. This is normal HTML tags. But when I use this, where I have used it after the text, I used this one here. But when I was using it, I could not see any differences. I could not see any differences of whatever it's supposed to do, I'm not able to see. Now, what I did, the next step is I went to the Lightning design system. I went to the Lightning design system. Then inside that, we have a utility. We have a utility. In utility, what are we interested? The vertical text, how to display the vertical text line by line. So I have searched for vertical list. I have searched for vertical list. Inside that, and I have gone through the entire page. Now I understood that if I use the UL, it will display the base. UL is display the base, means without a dots, without any bullet points, it is going to without any bullet points, it is showing me the information, because that's how the Lightning has designed it, the backend. That's how the Lightning has designed it. Now, if I have to use the bullet point, then they have given me the some class. They have given the class in a sense where I can use the direct, the styling. See, they have implemented backend of this code. I'm just using the SLDS hyphen list underscore dotted, but backend of this is a Lightning design system, but I'm just using this. But backend of this particular one, Salesforce has implemented the code. Whenever you use this class, it will apply the dotted. That means you will see dots in the text. Before the text, you will be seeing the dots. So the Salesforce has written the code and they are giving us some Lightning design system tags. So if we use this, by default, I can see the information. Now, when I use this SLDS list dotted, when I used it, I was able to see the dots. I was able to see I was able to see here the dots. But what happened? The dots are coming line by line. The dots are coming line by line. But I do not want the line by line. It should be nested. It should come here. And if I wanted to use the different, instead of bullet point, I wanted to use the circle. No, I do not want the bullet point. I just want the nested one should have a circle. If we want a circle, right? If I want a circle or the dots, then what I did, in order to implement a nested tree here, in order to implement a nested tree, what I did, I have used another class. I have used another class. What is that class name? Which is available in SLDS, and then it's called as is nested. Where can I see here? I can see here if I go inline block. Yeah, nested vertical. So nested vertical SLDS hyphen is hyphen nested. SLDS hyphen is hyphen and hyphen nested. Now you can copy also this code. If you want, you can copy and you can put it into your code. You can directly apply that logic here. Now I'm just applying it. Right, I'm just applying it. Now let's go ahead and see the output. See, the nested has applied. These two are normal and this is nested, and the list item, nested, list item, list item. That's how it is showing the output also. Vertical, list item, nested, list item, nested, list item, list item. Right?
Can we use like different classes in same UL?
Yes, you can use it. For example, I need a is nested. Also, I need a different one which is called, let's take list order. Now, how can I use this? If I wanted to use the multiple, how can I use it? You can use that if you want to apply. Let's say, see, I just entered. There is nothing. I have not entered comma or semicolon, nothing I have entered. Now, if I place like this, what will happen? Does it apply? Right?
Yes, ma'am. So then, like, instead of using this, like for the before one, like what you have used, like for nested and and some like
Mention
dotted.
style.
Like you can do this in a same UL, right?
Same UL, you can do it. But for me, this is, I want the place. Yes, you can implement, you can include here also. But if you want a UL within the UL, okay, if you place it here, now I'll remove this. I'll place it here, the class. Okay, perfect. Now I'll just comment out this UL. Is everybody understanding, or should I repeat it? Now, if I add that nested on the top, what is happening here? It's showing me everything in one line. Because from here, you are starting the nested. Now, let me tell you that. Where is that nested? Okay. Vertical, they have used the normal UL, right? After the list item, then I wanted to start the nested. If you want to start the nested from here, then use the nested. But I do not want to start it from here. This is the parent. In this parent, I wanted to have a child. That means nested should be starting from here. In my logic, whatever the result is there, I do not want the nested for this. I do not want nested for this. This is a normal display with the bullet points. But these two are part of the lightning includes. So I want this to be, has to be nested. That means I need to start another tag from here where it says that yes, from here, these two are nested.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back. So now what I have used here, nested. When I use the nested, it displayed perfectly fine. Any questions?
Swapna,
Yeah.
yesterday we had used in the Aura component force SLDS, right? Yeah. So what will happen if we do like that?
Where do we use the force extends? Where do we use that? On the lightning?
In the component.
The first.
I mean, in the app.
But did we implement the app here?
No.
So
Okay.
why we need here? Because I'm not placing this component on the Salesforce Lightning experience. I'm not placing this. I wanted to see the result by clicking on the preview. When I click on the preview, it opens the separate page. It opens the separate page. It does not open within the Salesforce Lightning experience. It opens the separate page. When it opens the separate page, I wanted to apply by default Lightning design system to this application, like a normal styling or a text. Now here it is already applied it, right?
Yeah.
Go here. Right, this is there. Now, if you go to the opportunity, you can see the similar information will be available. So on the application, if you wanted to apply SLDS stylings, if you want to force the styling on the application, I'm not talking about the component, on the application, if you wanted to see the result of any component, then you use the extends. Okay.
Now suppose I want to include this component in this application, okay? That is new lightning tab component inside first Aura component app.app. Yeah. So that time extend will work, correct? I mean, what will be the implications? I'm using extend plus I'm using the class. So will there be any conflicts or anything?
No, it won't be. Ultimately, what you are doing here, it's a parent. SLDS is parent. then you are deciding. It has a 3 different sections. You are saying first SLDS.
Hmm.
Where is it? Okay, I have a SLDS on top. Okay, this is on top sitting the SLDS. Inside this SLDS, I have a different categories or a different sections are there within this SLDS. So like a list or a nested or some other information is there, right? Now, when you are executing the app, you are ultimately saying the SLDS, but SLDS also, whatever you are applied the class, it's almost parent is SLDS. It does not harm anything.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, let me ask Naresh, are you clear on this?
Yes, ma'am.
Jyoti, are you clear on this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how many, what did we learn today?
How to create tabs or the form of component by using Lightning or
Implement the tab.
What is the interface for that?
force colon appHostable.
appHostable. How to include in the component? What is the attribute we have to use it if we want to include this in the component?
Implements.
Implements equal to force
colon
appHostable. Now, what is the next step we have learned? How to create a tab. How to create a tabs?
Setup.
User interface.
Lightning
Create a new Lightning tab.
Tabs.
Create
Lightning component.
Lightning component.
new.
Tabs. Lightning component tabs. New. Click on new button.
Click on new button.
New button.
How many pages are there for the tabs?
Two pages.
What are the pages?
Details of Lightning component.
Lightning component.
Add a profile. Next one.
You want to.
And what is the second one?
Add to profile.
Profile security.
Add to profile.
Okay. Now, how to include the tab in the Salesforce Lightning experience? Now, tab has been created, but how to place it on the Salesforce Lightning experience?
Application
Manager.
App manager.
App manager.
Go to setup app manager.
App manager.
Navigation.
Navigation.
Tab.
Go to tab.
Edit.
Select the specific
Application.
Application. App.
Specific tab.
And edit.
edit
Go to navigation.
navigation. Tab.
Selected tabs. Selected tab.
Select a tab.
Include the tab.
Include the tab.
And save button.
And
Now, this is what the navigation steps. Now, in the Lightning component, in Lightning Aura component, what are the new things that we have learned today?
Lightning card.
Lightning card footer.
Nested class.
And attributes.
What are the attributes in the lightning card?
Title, footer,
Header, title.
Title,
Footer.
header,
Header is not there. Title is nothing but a header.
okay, sorry, footer,
Yeah. What else we have learned?
In SLDS,
in
SLDS.
Styling.
SLDS, styling like dotted,
SLDS,
Dot
dot.
and nested.
Dotted, nested.
list underscore
List
dot,
dot.
list underscore dot.
List dot.
Where we have to use this lightning design system? How to use it?
In using
via
class.
using class.
Class.
Class by
Class.
using
Class equal to SLDS. hyphen list.
SLDS, right.
Dotted.
Okay. What else we have learned?
SLDS nested rules.
Sorry?
Utilities in SLDS.
Lightning design system. How to check the styles. So we have seen today utilities, vertical list, and we have viewed what is the differences of each one. Now, somebody asked about the card. Lightning design system has a card or not? Lightning design system has a card or not? Now, okay, let me search here the card. Right. So it has a card as well. Lightning design system has a card. It has a different cards are there. In order to use that, we have to use the SLDS hyphen card. Okay, SLDS hyphen card. If you use it, the card will be displayed. But what is the difference between the lightning card and if I use the styling? Now let me comment out this lightning card. And I'll just add the div because I need to place the class equal to, I'll use the card. Within this card, I'm going to show the text. I just took away the lightning card. I just commented the lightning card and added the div. We know div is a HTML. And inside this div, basically div is nothing but some container. I am adding some container here. So inside that, I'm adding a class. Now, what is the difference if I use the div? Now, I do not want to use the lightning card. Do you see here? You need to do more customization when you go for the class. Okay, Lightning design system also giving the flexibility to add the white background. But it does not, it is just a styling. Okay, but if you apply a lightning card, it will be more beautiful. Now you choose it as a developer, you choose it when to use the lightning card, when to use the SLDS hyphen card. Right? Now, for example, if I go here, go to the opportunity, go to the Dell. Now, these are, if I use here, if I wanted to implement this, right? I wanted to implement this. How can I implement it using the card? Yes, I can implement it. I can implement if I have a header or something information, like I need to give more information if I'm adding the SLDS card. That means I need to add a header. I need to add some kind of a body. I need to add a header title. Then I need to add a header link. Then my card looks more beautiful. Because the card needs to have some information, then they are adding the grid. Why they are adding the grid? Because here the page they have divided into the four different blocks, right? This is one, this is one, this is one, this is one. Now I need a grid for this. So they have divided into the card. When we use the card, if you have a like icon, you wanted to display the header and you wanted to display some more information below, and there is a button and the view all, or if you wanted to customize something like new button, or if you wanted to have a quick actions, then use the card, card header, and then you have to use the title, body, header link, and then you have to give the options, whatever the options you wanted to use it. Now, this is kind of this is like basically, you should not be taking the entire code. But you just need to understand why they have used this card here. Why they have used this card to show this card, right? But if I use this card, will it satisfy my requirement? Will it satisfy my requirement? Does it fulfill or not? Because I do not have any of this. Header is not there, icon is not there, nothing is there. I just have a text. But if I use the SLDS card, will it fulfill, or does it look good or not? If it doesn't look good, then go ahead and use the lightning card. In real time, most of us, whatever I have implemented in the lightning, I have used the lightning card. Along with the lightning card, if you wanted to use the card, you can use it. That is possible. There is no restriction that you have to use only this or that. No, there is no restriction on that. You can use both of them. You can use both of them. So card is already there. Here also card is there. Instead of the card, what I'll put it as card header I'll put. Now I'll display, let's see that. Right, both will be available. Now regarding the spaces here, we'll talk later. Now don't worry, you can adjust it, whatever you want, you can adjust it. So you can use the lightning design system, you can use the lightning card, both together or either one also you can use it. It's all depending on the developer, how they wanted to build it. But I'm just giving the options so that you are aware when you are implementing the lightning component, which one to use it, and can I use the both, merging the lightning card and SLDS card header? Yes, you can use it. You can merge it, both of them. Any questions? Okay, so I'll not be going to the lightning quick action because our time has taken there. Now let's go on to the quiz. Okay, how many component force namespace has?
3.
3.
appHostable, hasRecordId,
Lightning quick action. Second one.
The third one.
No,
Third one.
Third one. Yeah.
So the answer is third one.
Third one.
appHostable, lightning quick action, has recorded. This we have not seen. Okay. appHostable component used for what?
Tab.
To create tab action.
Custom tab. Lightning custom tab.
Tab.
Okay, fine. Yeah, tab is the one. Custom tab is the right one. We have option here, tab. Lightning card, right? Used for what?
First one.
First one,
Cards
cards are used to apply a container.
It is a container. If you use the lightning card, that is going to apply the container around the whatever text you have. Between the lightning card, whatever you are using it, that will is like a container. On top of the container, the data will be displayed. Now this is the assignments. I'm just giving some text here. You can take, if you search about farmer, so it will be given this. Okay, so this has to be displayed. Implement a farmer tab and add the tab on the sales lightning experience before the first tab. Okay, you might not be having the my data here. So the first tab, the first tab should be the farmer tab, the custom tab. Where to get this text? If you search about the farmer, you will get the wiki page. From there, you take a first paragraph. And add the history types. This as I have added it, income. These two are normal bullet points. And from here, nested bullet points.
Okay. Ma'am, can you repeat that fourth question, like fourth quiz question? Once, can you do that?
Yes, lightning card is a container.
No, not this one, ma'am, like before one.
What is the before?
Before question or that before question. Yes, this, ma'am, this is like for every, you only said no, ma'am, like appHostable is for a quick action also and also for the tab.
No.
Record ID.
appHostable is not for the quick action. appHostable for only tab, to create a tab. If you go, okay, let's go to the quick action. Let's go for, click on setup. Let me open the account. Who said that is for the quick action? That is not for the quick action. Let's go to the object manager. Let's assume that, let's go to the account object. Now let's click on quick action. New quick action. Lightning component. Do I see any component here?
No, no.
We have implemented appHostable. appHostable is not allows to create a action. appHostable only for to create a custom tab, lightning custom tab, not for the quick action. Okay, so done with this. Everybody has taken the screenshot.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the trial head. Let me ping in the chat. This is the trial head assignment. Okay. Yes, the previous Visualforce assignment, right? Anybody has the questions here? Somebody said that we want more clarity here yesterday. Any questions on the previous assignment?
Swapna, I did not understand how to add only numeric field without JavaScript or Apex class. Is it possible?
Have you clicked on right click inspect? Have you tried that?
Yeah, I tried that, but
Okay, did you able to point what is the input that it is taking?
It's a normal text. I will check.
So we have a HTML tag. That's the reason we have to do the lot of research there. There is a HTML tag is called input. Okay. You will not be using the Visualforce tag there. You have to use the HTML tag called input. And here type equal to number. If you use this, you will be able to fulfill the requirement.
Okay. Ma'am, here for that employee laptop details, like second page block section, like after that, still working with company, after that checkbox, like you have like given a space, right, for the fourth. So like how to
Where
get
is
that
the
space?
space? This one you are talking about?
Yes, ma'am. So like for that you have used like input hidden.
No, no, no. Yes, because you are getting the choose file here if you do not use it. If you are getting
So,
there, then
yes, ma'am. So for just we need to give apex input hidden close tag. That's it. Nothing, right?
Swapna, for employee phone number, I have given the input and integer, the number type is equal to number, but it is giving me an error actually.
What error you are getting?
1 minute.
Is Raj Kumar is there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you able to do that? Yesterday I have sent the.
For a space, I can do, but for the number, it's not. Yeah, no,
Let's click on preview.
NBSP.
Okay, I'm entering the text. Does it allow me? It is not allowing me. If I type a number, it is allowing me. If I type again the text, it is not allowing me.
It is giving me value not allowed for attribute. Must be one of auto date time or something.
What you are using? What is the tag you are using it?
Input type is equal to number I have given.
Have you tried this one?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send this code to guys. But do not copy, just understand it. Okay, I'll send only that part. It's not allowing me.
Can you keep the screenshot in today PPT so that they will understand?
Yes, I'll put it.
Ma'am, one more doubt I had. Come to assignment once, ma'am.
Sorry?
Here what I'm doing means if I am implementing while we are using columns equals to 2 or 3 in that time only segregations will be happen, right, ma'am?
Which one you are talking about?
Page block section, column division, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, but if I am not using column number also, it is segregating like first three fields I got. After the 2 fields, it is automatically arranges, ma'am, instead of like a continuous pattern.
So you are not using the columns?
No, I didn't use, ma'am. That too, firstly I gave employee first name. After that, I gave employee last name. This employee last name can be placed in the place of employee phone number to me, ma'am. Like
yeah,
that
should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, alignment will be happen. Is it no issue in that, ma'am?
Yeah. That should be fine.
Yeah, and then here save button, how it is coming, ma'am? Actually, on that right side, I didn't get that one also.
Style float, right?
Here, one more, ma'am. Only what my knowledge according to that class. Here, I have to use only Visual Force tags only. These components only I have to use that. That's why I didn't use any other. Is there any issue about that, ma'am? No, right? Any HTML tags, anything we can use for implementing the UI, right, ma'am?
It's all depending on the requirement. If your requirement is says something that you are not able to fulfill with the Visual Force tag, go ahead and use the HTML. But ultimately, the output has to be there. Whatever is expected, the output has to be there.
Okay,
but you need to do the research before you using the any HTML tag. Do a lot of research on the input text and there is a input. So if after complete research, you still feel that there is no other way,
okay,
then go for it. Usually it doesn't happen like that. There are rare scenarios out there.
And one more thing, ma'am. Here, employee first name and then input text box is there, right, ma'am? In that 3 boxes, any sequence is there, ma'am, by using any components like tags. here 3-line sequence, 3 boxes sequence.
This one
Like
you're talking about?
employee first name that box and employee last name that box and employee address that box. There is any continuous vertical sequence is there, ma'am. In between the space have to come certain this much of space we have to give for this like that.
Yeah.
NBSP.
If you want to
NBSP
use
is there.
the space for now, okay, for now use NBSP because we have not yet came to the style how to use the space. Okay, we have not yet reached that point. So that's the reason for now use the NBSP. This is easiest way, but it's not good to use it. For now, use this, but we will see how to put a space between that.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, like that
Yeah.
input text area, input text, or like all those apex tags there, ma'am. Like can we write that after that output label?
What do you mean by after the output label like this? After ending the output label?
Yes, ma'am. Like after writing like that, I'm getting patient name as like one. I mean, at one place, and that input text
Yes.
area.
If you write outside of the output label, it thinks that you have written the two components.
Yes,
ma'am.
yes. Like
in this, what it will think is everything is combined into one.
okay, for that only, like I mean, when I entered column equals to 2, it was showing me that it is one component and that one is another component.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Swapna is working HTML type. Input type equals to.
Yeah.
Swapna, may I know what's the requirement to add doc type is equal to HTML 5.0?
Yeah. So for example, there is a sum. If I use it, for example, apex colon. If I'm using, there is a one. Okay. If I'm using this input, okay, as we have seen yesterday, what is the differences between the HTML and HTML 5.5? Some attributes, some tags will not allow until unless you add this. Until unless you add this, it won't allow. Right? It won't at least allow us to save it. It keep on saying that those components are not ready to use it. You have to use the HTML 5.0 version because if you see, because the components, the Visualforce tags or Visualforce components are supported for the HTML 5.0.
No, but we are not using any input tag, right? Input type, but still, was it by mistake it remained or you have put it for any other special tag?
You can use it because that is a standard way.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, let's come back to the today's one. Any questions on the today's one?
Hi, Swapna. I am Ram Gopal. Regarding admin part, we have to create custom tab under whatever today class, like a custom tab we have create now. Say by using coding, we have to create now this lightning oracle.
What do you mean by using coding?
In admin part.
In admin side also we have to create like firstly we
custom
create
tab.
The plural name of that object is considered as tab, right, ma'am? So there also we can implement like these fields, everything, right? What is the difference between that admin part tabs creation and this coding part tab creation? Is it correct, Ram Gopal?
Yes, correct.
See, that tab is different. The tab is the object. You are creating the object and you are adding the tab here for the object. Like whatever the fields are there in the object. For example, if I'm creating the new object and when I created the new object, if I wanted to see the tab here of the object details, like as soon as I click on the account, it is showing me the object information, the fields information it is showing here. But when we create a tab here, custom tab, it doesn't matter about the object. It's not looking at the object. It is showing me some text, showing the some fields, maybe multiple object information it is showing the inside the custom tab. So custom tab is which we have implemented via the development by taking the input from the different objects or some information which I wanted to show. All the customization will be, I can view here. But when I go to the object specific tab, these are the object specific tab. That means only it will show when I enable this tab, this object as a tab. That means automatically what are the Salesforce structure and what are the fields are there in the object and what are the this news related, whatever the layout structure is there. It by default, it shows me that information. So it does not apply any custom there. So that is different. This is different.
I think custom also to create tab and fields, all the stuff. No? Maybe.
Yes, you can do that. You can create it. If you type a tab here, you can create it. That's what I was saying it. There is one option called create a custom object tab, custom object tabs, right? This is what the custom object tabs. If you click on it and you don't see any tabs, right now we do not have because it is a fresh out. So if you want to enable any tab by default, you are creating some students object or you are creating a course object, right? You are creating a course object. As soon as you create an object, do you see that object here? You won't see the object until unless you say the checkbox, the tab should be enabled, right? If you don't say the tab should be enabled, you will not see the tab here. So that time what you have to do is you have to click on the tabs, come here and custom object tab, click on the new button, then select the object. We are not selecting the component. We are not selecting the any of our development here. We are selecting the object and I'm choosing the tab style, right? So this has custom object has a 3 screens. Whereas our development, whenever we are creating the custom tab for the Lightning component, it has only 2 tabs. Okay, we'll see this during the admin. Let me stop session.